Now, welcome to the Sectional 23 semifinal matchup here at Belmont. We are, again, experiencing some technical difficulties, but glad to be along with you here. This is Derek Decker on the call from Belmont. It's over the week here, experienced by your broadcaster, but we are live, and it is a pleasure to bring it to you here this afternoon. We'll go ahead and get you the starting lineups here in just a moment. The public address announcer is going through them right now here at Belmont. The Knights will be visitors again here this afternoon as Jay County be the home team here today. And we'll have our best matchup of the sectional coming up here in just a few moments. I can just about guarantee you that, of course, anything is possible in the sectional. But without a doubt, this is probably the sectional championship game. It's de facto the sectional championship game, to say the least, as Norwell and Jay County, at least numbers-wise, are the two best teams in the sectional. So here come the starting lineups for Norwell. They will send Caleb Kohler, Garrett Waybright, Belden Glasgow to the plate in the top of the first, as always. Ian Clark, Christian Bohada, Garrison Breggy will follow. Corbin Costello, Levi Leidig, Eli Riley getting the surprise start at the DH spot in the 9-hole this afternoon. Here rounds up the lineup for Norwell. For Jay County, defensively, they'll line it up. Frazier, Myers, Schlechte in the outfield. Mosher, Stiglman, Schlechte, Hennizer around the infield. Gabe Faulkner, the starter behind the dish, and Wyatt Giesemann on the mound. We brought to you, and I'll bring that to you. We'll be right back. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com. Once again, welcome back to Sectional 23, semifinal game number 1. This will be followed by Belmont and Heritage to take place following this game by about 30 minutes. On the hill for Jay County this afternoon, the aforementioned Wyatt Giesemann, who comes in with a record of 5-2, ERA of sub-1 at 0.94. 38 strikeouts to just 21 walks on the season, 29 2/3 innings, and 7 games it appeared in on the season. Jay County comes in with a record of 16-6. The Patriots defeated Norwell in the regular season matchup 2 weeks ago, 6-5. It was a good one. Jay County jumped in front 6-1, jumping all over Logan House, the starter in that particular ball game. Norwell battled back, left the tying run at third in the 6th inning before falling by a run. That was part of a stretch where they lost 3 out of 4 that week, including other losses to number 1 ranked Huntington and then another ACAC loss to Bluffton later in the week in the Garrett Invitational Championship. Situated on the third base side, as always, right down the first base line, right in line with that, looking right out at right field. Same three gentlemen in the umpiring crew, and Bob Ratchlow again behind the plate here in tonight's ball game. He will be joined by James Payne out there on the bases, a three-man crew here at Belmont. Once again, broadcasting off the phone this evening. So experiencing difficulties, but glad that you could join us here this afternoon. Norwell will send Caleb Kohler to the plate. Caleb, a key to Norwell's success here on the season. 366 hitter, leads the team in stolen bases. A very good first pitch hitter and very good leadoff hitter in that respect as well. Norwell is 11-4 on the season away from home this year. They rate 3 at their home field and a record of 19-7. Of course, not ranked. This is primed to be a good ball game here this afternoon, and a nice crowd has filed in this afternoon as well. Kohler stands in from the right side, wears number 2 for the Knights. The senior, one of the 5 seniors all in the ball club for Norwell here this afternoon as the sun beats down. Game time temperature 88 degrees here this afternoon. A toasty ball game, the hottest game of the year so far, and we're a good spot for it. Giesemann comes out of the stretch here to start things off, and the first pitch fires low. It is a fastball that was over, but just below the knees of Kohler, and we're underway at 5:30 on the nose. This is going to be a tough matchup for the Knights, trying to get revenge on a team that beat them earlier in the season. There's a fastball at the knees, called a strike. Again, a very nice crowd is filed in. Norwell, unusually in the first base dugout as the visitor team here in this particular ball game, but a great crowd from Norwell has marched on in. 1-1 pitch to Kohler, an off-speed in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Caleb, a guy that leads the team in walks at 14. He's joined at that number by Bohato, who hits in the 5-hole for Norwell. Waybright Glasgow due up here top of the first. 2 balls and a strike to Caleb. Here's a fastball that misses at the eye level, and he's ahead of Giesemann 3-1. Norwell trying to win back-to-back sectionals. They won last year, defeating Heritage in the sectional title game in 5 innings to win the sectional, and then lost in the first round of regionals to Yorktown 3-2. The 3-1 is a fastball high, cut out and missed by Kohler, and it'll fill the count at 3-2. A very nice at-bat here for Kohler to start things off this afternoon. Again, the winner will take on Heritage or Belmont Monday, Memorial Day at 1 p.m. Payoff pitch, fastball grounded, 2-hopper to short, or to second rather. This is a routine play for Schlechte, and 1 is gone here in the top of the first. So Kohler grounds out routinely 4-3 after a 6-pitch at bat, and Garrett Waybright will step in now for the Knights. Garrett was number 16, one of the 5 seniors. He is along for the ride. Bob Ratchlow chasing a couple of Jay County coaches back inside the dugout here before things continue. But Waybright steps in. The Knights are in their road navy blue again. Vegas goes well, and blue socks. The pitch misses down and away to Gary. Tried an off-speed pitch on the first offering to Garrett. Waybright struggled a little bit in the first game of the sectional, but comes in on the season hitting .289, a first-team Northeast State All-Selection, and that pitch is in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Garrett, really a solid player for a number of years. The Knights are going to miss his leadership next year. Hopefully will continue to lead the team through a couple of wins in the tournament as he takes a strike at the knees, and it's 2-1. Giesemann has fallen behind both batters here in the top of the first, but worked back to get Kohler out of a full count on a ground out to the second baseman, Ryan Schlechte. And he's behind Garrett, 2 balls and a strike. Another fastball, called strike 2. Knights have been very patient here early on, taking pitches, making Giesemann work. He's at 10 pitches, hasn't even retired a second batter here to this point, with Glasgow waiting on deck, a guy that likes to jump on the first pitch. 2-2 off speed, fought off by Waybright, first base side. A nice fight by Garrett as he wasted the pitch. Dimensions here at Belmont, 365 straightaway center, 310 down the lines. A higher left field fence than the rest of it, which is only a couple of feet high. And the 2-2 once again. That pitch misses just off the plate. It was tried to be framed by Gabe Faulkner, but couldn't get the call, and he's gone to a full count now to Waybright as well. Back-to-back batters have run the count full to lead off the ball game. Payoff pitch. Fastball driven over, right at the second baseman, Ryan Schlechte, who leaps to make the grab, and 2 are out here in the top of the first. So Garrett is out on the line out. Struck it well. Giesemann sits in the upper 80s with that fastball and is a solid pitcher here at Jay County. Great numbers. Definitely the 8th of the staff by the number standpoint, but you could make a strong argument that Arbuckle is right there for the number 1 as well. Glasgow, the sophomore, steps in from the left side. Wears number 17 for Norwell, and the off-speed pitch hits him, and he'll be aboard with 2 out. So Giesemann has not consistently found the zone. 7 of his 14 have missed, as he ran the first 2 counts full to the first 2 batters he faced, and then hits Belden with a breaking ball. He'll jog down the line, try to shake things off before Ian Clark comes to the box. Ian, another senior, bats in the cleanup spot. Clark, a .310 hitter on the year. Glasgow far down the line as he's back and ready to go. Just it's a breaking ball, and Andy McLean checking on him, and appears to be okay. Of course, Andy in his 6th season at Norwell, a record of 132 and 33. Tremendous record. State championship 2013 here for the Knights. Has had great tournament success over the years as well in this particular sectional. The Knights have been in this sectional for a number of years now after being in Peru. There's a strike call at the knees to Clark. A lot of fastballs Giesemann has found the zone on. That one appeared to be on the outer edge. Tough to figure in or out here from our location, but pretty easy to tell up or down.
At least he was there.
Fastball called strike 2. Clark's not a guy that normally takes the first couple of pitches, but the Knights have tried to work their timing out. A lot of times when you have a hard thrower on the mound, sometimes it takes a time through the order to get the timing straightened out. There's a ball and a wave and a miss by Clark, and the Knights go down in the top of the first. A base runner as Belden was hit by a pitch with 2 out, but the Knights leave him. We're back in a minute. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Now, welcome back to Sectional 23, semifinal game number 1 here at Belmont. The Knights will line it up defensively like this afternoon. Left to right in the outfield, it's Corbin Costello getting another start in left, the sophomore. Caleb Kohler, the captain, in center field, and Levi Leidig in right. On the infield, at the corners, Belden Glasgow at third, Christian Bohetta at first, the middle, Breggy at short, Wade Bright at second, Ian Clark, the everyday catcher, a senior, to start behind the dish, and Caden Mann on the bump for the Knights today. Mann, a 5-1 record on the season, an ERA of 4.28, 43 strikeouts, 22 walks, finds the zone consistently. A strikeout breaking ball is his best. 34 1/3 innings on the season in 8 appearances. Jay County is going to send Cole Stiglman, Ryan Schlechte, and Max Moser to the plate here in the bottom of the first. And again, Bob Ratchlow chirping at the Jay County dugout, forcing him back in. Second time already here. Only played a half an inning at Belmont. The Knights had a ground out, a line out, a strikeout off the bats of Kohler, Waybright, Clark. Glasgow hit by a pitch with 2 outs, but the Knights wasted him. First offering to Cole Stiglman, fastball that just misses inside for a ball. Giesemann threw 17 pitches in the top of the first. 10 of them were for strikes. And now Bob Ratchlow's chirping at the Norwell dugout, recording a ball strike warning, and Mr. Ratchlow did not come in with a very good mood here this afternoon. That's the third time he has chirped at a team dugout this afternoon. Apparently a ball strike warning on the first pitch of the ball game defensively for the Knights. If that's the way it's going to be all day, it's going to be a long afternoon here at Belmont. He's recording that it was a ball strike warning. The next one will be an ejection of Norwell head coach Andy McClain, as you can't argue balls and strikes in any level of baseball. But whatever it was not overly loud or intimidating. That's ball 2 in the... And everybody in the dugout kind of shaking their heads, trying to figure out what happened there in that particular situation. Ratchlow not messing around today. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch is in the dirt, and it's 3-0. Caden Mann in danger of walking the leadoff batter. That's the last thing you want to do, as those guys come around to score more often than not, especially with a Jay County team that takes advantage of its opportunities, and it's a 4-pitch walk to them to lead off the bottom of the first. Well, Jay County's a team that hits .324 as a team. And so take very good advantage of their opportunities. Ryan Schlechte, the batter. The pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Clark, and Mann has missed on his first 5. This was the same problem Mississinawa had with Jay County on Wednesday evening. Jay County scoring 4 in the first after the starter for the Indians could not find the zone, and Jay County went on to win that ball game 12-7. That just missed. Just outside, not sure where that was. You know, a lot of times this year, it's not the time to start messing around in a sectional game. That's right on the corner. And finally, call. And the Norwell faithful letting them have it a little bit, and deservedly so. 2 balls and a strike to Schlechte, and now Mann will try a pickoff throw. Stiegelman back in with a head-first slide. Stiegelman, a guy that has stolen 6 bags on the season. This is a Jay County's team that has stolen 44 as a team. Very similar to numbers to Norwell. He had him leaning a little bit, but the throw was not quite on the bag, and he's back in sliding safely on back-to-back pickoff attempts. Balls and a strike here to Schlechte. And the pitch, fastball, grounded hard towards third and foul. I think Mann might have gotten away with a balk right there, as it looked like it came to come set and then stopped and went back down, just kind of dangling there. So he might have gotten away with it. In any case, it's a 2-2 count. Oh, and that hit him. I think it must have just grazed the inside arm, and the first 2 runners have reached here for Jay County. It's the same problem Norwell had in the regular season matchup. Jay County jumped on top early and never looked back, built a 5-run lead through 3 innings. Norwell threatened but could not get over the hump. Dangerous batter in Max Mosier standing for the Patriots. 3:05 on the season, already an RBI opportunity. The first 2 runners have reached here. In the bottom of the first, fouls the first pitch straight to the screen. And Mann has struggled. Only 3 of his 10 pitches have found the strike zone here, the bottom of the first. The Bob Ratchlow chirping at dugouts this afternoon, just happened again, is becoming so common it's not even worth mentioning anymore. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and it's a ball and a strike to Max. So Stiegelman led off the ball game with a 4-pitch walk. Schlechte followed on the 2-2 hit by pitch. And now Max Mosier with nobody out. Fastball grounded sharply to first to Hopper. Bohada took a look at second, but will take the sure out at first, and both runners advance into scoring position. So Mosier out on the ground out, 3 unassisted. Both runners advance, and Ethan Myers just needs a fly ball to score the first run of the ball game for either team. Again, no graphics this afternoon with the iPhone broadcast here. Production truck not cooperating the last couple of days. And the first offering to Ethan Myers is an off-speed pitch that dives in the dirt, stopped by Clark behind the plate. Turning into a lengthy inning already here for Mann on the mound for the Knights. And ball 2, a fastball that missed just low, picked off the dirt by Clark. And a hitter's count here for Myers. Ball 3 to Ethan, and he's in danger of loading the bases here in the bottom of the first. Not a good start for Mann. We'll see if he can get out of it here in the bottom of the first, keep the Knights in the ball game. Any runs in this ball game, especially with Giesman on the mound, could be huge. There's a get-me-over fastball in the inner half. Called a strike, 3 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, runners at second and third. No hits yet in the ball game for either team. And there's ball 4. He walked him, and this is likely going to draw a visit from Norwell head McLean. Actually, it's going to be pitching coach Dave Goodmiller to come out to the mound with 1 out. Michael Schlechte will be the batter he faces after the meeting. Schlechte just a 262 hitter. And while Dave is at the mound, we'll take a very short break and be right back. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com. Welcome back to Belmont. Mann has struggled to start things off. A bases-loaded situation for Michael Schlechte with just 1 gone here in the first inning for the Patriots, as they have threatened big time. They scored 4 runs on just 1 hit against Mississinewa in the quarterfinal match on Wednesday evening, and he has missed with the first pitch to Schlechte. You got to throw Schlechte a strike, and the fact of the matter is you get the feeling that he's going to lay one in there at some time after missing with a number, but he cannot find the zone. 14 out of 19 have missed here to start the ball game off. 2 balls and no strikes to Michael Schlechte. And he's missed with ball 3 and in danger of walking in the first run of the ball game. And the Norwell dugout becomes restless here, as they don't really know who to turn to after Mann Bohanna not available today. That's a 4-pitch walk, and he's walked in a run. Well, what a frustrating start for Norwell. The defense has not had an opportunity to do much of anything. 1 run on no hits at this point. The base is still juiced full of Patriots. Noah Arbuckle will step in, a 465 hitter. So you walk a couple of guys to get to the guy that's hitting nearly 500. And Arbuckle DHing this afternoon. After Clark jogged out to the mound to talk to Mann, we're ready for action again. And the first pitch just missed, and I don't know what you're thinking if you're Andy McLean. It's just a disastrous start here so far for Mann. That's ball 2 outside. That zone is small up there, as he's missed pretty close on a couple of them. That one, though, appeared to be outside. And I can't believe Arbuckle was swinging at that pitch. After watching 6 in a row, he just walked in a batter and instead decides to foul pitch off. So he really helps out Caden in that situation. It's kind of a silly decision by Arbuckle, so I think he thought he found his pitch to hit. The 2-1 fouled straight. That was ball 3. And Arbuckle really helping him out here. So now you go after him a little bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. If you can limit the damage to just 1 in this inning, you'll have to feel great. You're still going to through Giesman, the pitcher, following Arbuckle, assuming no double play here. The infield is in at the corners, back at the middle. The 2-2 to Arbuckle. Off speed. Oh! Called strike 3. I did not think that Bob Ratchler was going to ring him up. He did, and Arbuckle is out of there on strike strikes, and now 2 are gone here in the bottom of the first. Here's Giesemann. Giesemann, a 353 hitter, looking for a big opportunity. Try to open this thing up for Jay County a little bit. First ball, a floater that misses high. Couldn't get on top of the off-speed pitch. Jay County has sent 7 batters to the plate here in the bottom of the first without a hit. And the fastball nearly hits Giesemann. He's yelling out of the way. Caden struggling to say the least. 20 of his 28 pitches in the first inning have missed the strike zone. And that pitch is fouled away. And again, Jay County kind of helping out Norwell a little bit as, boy, in this situation, you got to take a strike. I mean, it's just a given that you're going to take a strike. Arbuckle fouled 2 off and then took strike 3 looking on the big bender. It's 2 balls and a strike here to Giesemann. And the base is still loaded full of Patriots. It's a long half inning. Fastball. Oh, just missed. Boy, I tell you what, this is a tight zone by Bob Ratchlow. He is having quite a day, and, you know, it's hard to fault an umpire. Oh, swing and a miss at a pitch that was high, and it's a full count. This has just been a silly inning. Hard to, you know, sit here and try to call balls and strikes. Now, payoff pitch coming. Schlechte at first, Myers at second, and Schlechte at third. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on and fouled out of play, and Giesemann stays alive. K-Man trying to wiggle out of a jam, giving up just a single run. That would be a big-time win. And the Knights would go back and hit as didn't get anything going despite the hit by pitch with 2 outs in the top of the first and the 5-6-7 due up. Ojeda, Breggy, Costello. Here comes the 2 pitch to Giesemann instead. He bluffs to second. Nobody was at the bag. Man just checking on the rush, making sure everybody's close to the base. They'll be on the move. And the pitch. Fastball out of play, and Giesemann continues to man. Unless Caden really gets the pitch count down, it's going to be a short performance no matter what. He's already thrown 33 pitches here in this first inning. Knights, of course, have no one in the bullpen right now. And the pitch again. Fastball. Oh, called ball 4. And Giesemann is at first, and Norwell can't believe it. I don't know where that pitch was at. It must have been a little off the plate. Bob Ratchlow just calling it outside, and I'm telling you, man is getting squeezed a little bit here in this bottom of the first inning. The problem is, when you miss with a number of pitches in a row like he did, you don't get any calls after that, and that's been the situation so far this afternoon. And at this point, you just got to throw him right down the middle, apparently, because Mitchell Frazier, the batter, 2 runs are across. Fastball, a chopper up the middle, slow roller to second. Breggy flips to Waybright, and that'll retire the side. And I tell you what, that was a long inning by Caden Mann, helped out a little bit by home plate umpire Bob Ratchlow. And we go to the second. It's Jay County 2, Norwell nothing. No hits in that first inning. We're back in a minute. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. And welcome back to Sectional 23, semifinal game number 1 here in Decatur. Jay County got 2 runs in the bottom of the first. No hits involved. A lot of walks by Caden Mann, including a hit by pitch. Mann in that inning walked 4 batters and hit 1 as well. So he gave all 5 free passes to the Patriots. Only put the ball in play twice in that inning, and they were both ground balls, pretty routine. Christian Bohetta leads things off. He'll be followed by Breggy and Costello. Giesemann, the man on the mound, still for Jay County. He's squaring to bunt, bunts it right back at the pitcher. Took a funky hop on Giesemann, but he throws out Bohetta. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second inning. So Christian tried bunting for a hit. He is unsuccessful at doing so. And Garrison Breggy will stand in now. Breggy, a junior, has started all 26 games, all 27 with today's start, 387, second best in the average department on the season, leads the team in triples, homers, hit by pitches, and defensive errors. A ball just missed inside. Certainly has not been a big zone by any stretch for either team so far. And you hate to see that in a sectional game. That pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Well, if you're Norwell, you got to continue to be patient. The team was patient in the top of the first. Had a couple of good at-bats, just were not able to get any base runners except the hit by pitch. Giesemann steps off as Breggy steps out of the box.
I'll get it for you.
Eastman comes out of the stretch 100% of the time. He's behind the fastball, and it's 2-1. Harrison had a great start to the season, a lull in the middle, and has had a strong back half to finish off the regular season going into the tournament. Another fastball. This one is low, and it's 3 balls and a strike now to Breggy. Even if it's not because of the home plate umpire, you don't want to see a walk fest in the sectional. It looks like we're potentially on a collision course for that. That's ball 4 down and in, and Breggy draws a 1-out walk. Well, that's the start you want. A base runner now with less than 2 outs, and Corbin Costello steps in for the Knights. Corbin, the left fielder, has really started the second half of the season pretty exclusively. Caden Mann at times would start when he wasn't on the mound out there in left, but his bat wasn't doing the job, and Costello has been .372 at the plate. He's got some pop as well for just a sophomore. That's a ball high, and now Giesemann is starting to fall into the same rut that Mann fell in the bottom of the first. He threw 35 pitches in that first inning. Giesemann takes a long look, and now a pickoff throw. Not a bad move by Giesemann. Breggy back in with the head-first slide. Not much of a breeze at all here at Jay County today. It is sweltering. You can definitely tell it's time for sectional baseball. Here comes the 1-0. A fastball. This could be 2. Back to Giesemann, throw to second, 1, relay in time at first base, a double play. 1-6-3, and the Knights go down facing the minimum in the top of the second. Let's go to the bottom. Jay County leading 2-0 on WellsCountyVoice.com. Welcome back to Sectional 23, semifinal game number 1 here at Jay County, or at Belmont rather. Jay County batting here in the bottom of the second. Peyton Hennizer, Cole Stiglman, Ryan Schlechte coming to the plate. Bottom of the second after getting 2 runs in the bottom of the first on 4 walks and a hit by pitch by the starter Caden Mann, who is back out there. McLean feels like it's his best chance to win, and still plenty of time left in the ball game. The Knights have only sent 7 batters to the plate in the first 2 innings. Had a couple guys reach base. That was ended by a double play, 1-6-3 off the bat of Costello. Kind of got it on the handle. First pitch is way in the dirt to Hennizer. Hennizer, a 306 hitter. Had a moonshot Wednesday night out on the road here at Belmont. That's ball 2. He just cannot find the zone here so far, and it's really frustrating to see. Norwell has not had that issue almost all season long. The one game that you really kind of feel like they had it was in the Homestead game, and he's fallen behind 3-0 again. Hennizer got to be taking a strike, I think. And another 4-pitch walk. I don't know how long man can stay in the game. I mean, you've got to really consider your options. This is obviously it's a tournament game, so you can't mess around. You can't save him. You can't give up a game. And Andy McLean is out to talk. This will be the second pitching visit of the ball game already. Coach Dave Goodmiller was out, and still nobody up in the Norwell bullpen. But you got to start feeling like maybe a Cole Lewison, who's available, of course, probably the first guy out of the bullpen all season long. The everyday reliever. He was used in 15 games in the regular season out of 26 total on the year, and he's going to come into the ball game right now. Cole Lewison's going to come in. Caden Mann is going to check out as the Knights will make a pitching change. And we will be back as Mann goes off to a round of applause. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Bottom of the second, the Knights have gone to the bullpen very early on. Caden Mann lasts just 1 inning plus, and he walks 5 and hits 1 in his outing so far. Gave up 2 runs. He is responsible for Peyton Hennizer at first, and Cole Lewison is on to pitch now. Cole, just talked about him, 31 1/3 innings on the year, ERA 3.35, first guy to the bullpen on most occasions, 24 strikeouts, 10 walks on the year, and a record of 1-2. And the first batter he faces is the top of the order in the face of Cole Stiglman, and he starts it off with a belt-high strike. Stiglman, of course, walked on 4 pitches to lead off the offense, came around to score in the bottom of the first for Jay County. Cole's a specialist at getting ground balls, and he could definitely use one here. Misses with a pitch low. Eastman has thrown just 25 pitches through 2. Gave up a couple of base runners, hit Belden with 2 outs in the first, and walked Garrison with 1 out in the second, but got a strikeout and a ground ball double play to get out of those 2 innings. The 1-1 ground ball sent towards the hole deep at short, and it's through the hole into left field for a base hit. And Stiglman is aboard with nobody out. And the first hit of the ball game, finally, was just a ground ball single, was not hit particularly hard. Had it been hit at Belden or Garrison, the Knights would have had a shot to get 2. And it'll be Ryan Schlechte to stand in for the Patriots. Ryan Schlechte, a .311 hitter. Nobody out, stands in from the left side. Now he squared to bunt very early on before the pitch is thrown. He pulls it back. The pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Well, Norwell not helping themselves out any. It's just been an unbelievable afternoon so far, at least from the pitching staff. Same problem we had against Homestead. Low strike called on Schlecke, evens the counter to 1-1. The fastball just at the very bottom of the knees, right at the bottom of the zone. Lewison checks Hennizer at second, and he bluffs as he steps off the mound. Kind of makes sure everybody's checked on, accounted for. Knight's not holding Hennizer on hard, as not expecting him to steal third. 1-1, still a bunt situation potentially. Instead, the pitch is low, and Schlecke was not squaring the bunt. Norwell has not had themselves ahead in any count so far in the ball game. It has been a struggle from the mound. Something you just cannot have in a sectional game like this. And another bluff to second. This time Garrison was on the bag. This game has taken forever so far. But, you know, you can just kind of take as long as you need to, especially in a tournament game. 2-1 pitch. Just missed low again, 3-1. Somebody's just got to throw a strike. You just got to put it over the plate. Jay County's not a team that hits exceptionally well. I mean, of course, not a bad hitting team, but average to slightly above average, to say the least. 3-1, ripped right at first, caught by Bohetta. He will tag Cole Stiglman, and it's a double play. And so all of a sudden, two are out here in the bottom of the second inning on the line drive caught by Christian Bohetta. At first, he chased down Stiglman to pick him off. Well, that's a huge play in this ball game, as if that thing goes differently, you never know how the inning can end. There's a breaking ball missed high to Max Mosier. Max grounded out 3 unassisted his first time up. But now Cole just 1 out away from getting out of the inning with no damage here. It's certainly just a 2-0 ball game. By far is it out of the reach of Norwell. You know, just string a couple of hits together and see what you can find. But again, Norwell's falling behind in counts. It's 2-0. And you just can't pitch the way you want to once you fall behind. You fall into hitter-friendly counts, and a lot of times you lay one in there. There's just been 1 hit in the ball game, and Jay County has put 8 runners on. The 2-0. Fastball pops straight up, right side, behind the plate. Clark chasing it towards the fence. It'll fall out of play. And there'll be 2 balls and a strike. Norwell, of course, on that first base side here this afternoon. Lined up a few rows deep in the lawn chairs, and nice crowd in the upper section behind the plate as well. Still a hitter's count to Mosier. Hennizer out there at second with 2 outs after the line drive double play picked off Cole Stiglman at first. And another fastball. This one sliced out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Faithful really trying to get behind Cole here with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch to Mosier. In the dirt, a fastball, and smothered nicely by Clark behind the plate. Three balls, 2 strikes. Hennizer out there at second. 2-0 Jay County in the bottom of the second. Here comes payoff pitch. It's ground ball towards the shortstop. Gloved by Braggy, and the throw to first is in time, and the side is retired. Well, the Knights escape another threat by Jay County on the double play line drive, and then a ground out ends the inning. We go to the third. Jay County leading 2-0 on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. And welcome back to Belmont, top of the third. Jay County leading 2-0 on just one hit. They've left 4. The Knights zeros, with the exception of the one runner left on base in the top of the first. That was Belden after the 2-out hit by pitch. And the Knights looking to string something together here. It'll be 8-9-1. Leidig, Riley, and Kohler. Eli is going to get his, essentially he's getting just his third start, I believe, at the varsity level, and his first start at the designated hitter position. We'll see what he can do in a huge sectional situation with Riley only having 5 at-bats on the season. He's 4 for 5 in those at-bats. He's been proven so far, but yet to face a pitcher at the caliber of Wyatt Giesemann. A ball and no strikes to Levi to lead off the top of the third inning. Knights looking for a base runner any way they can get it. There's a fastball at the knees, called a strike. Jay County certainly had opportunities in the bottom of the second as well, but after the line drive double play kind of wiped away any chance they had at a scoring. That's flown foul out of play. A ball and 2 strikes to Leidig. Levi on the season hitting .328 and in the 8 hole for just probably the second or third time on the year. He's normally hitting in the 9 spot. Coach McLean choosing to go with Riley there this afternoon. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Levi. That's a big bender that never broke. It left, Giesemann left it high, and evens the count at 2-2. Bases empty, nobody out. Levi, the leadoff batter in the top of the third. Belmont and Heritage wait on deck here this afternoon in the second semifinal. The winners to play in the championship. That's a fastball that misses off the plate and fills the count at 3-2. Faulkner was set up outside. And Levi stares out for the payoff pitch. And it's a fastball, and Levi chased it high, and 1 is gone here in the top of the third. So Leidig, who has struck out 16 times on the season now, and a number of those were in a single week back in late April. I mean, we're talking probably 8 or 9 of those were in that particular week. So half of those on the season were in that week. Riley just behind the first pitch and drives it foul out of play. That was lined, and it's the hardest hit ball anybody's had here so far. Riley was just behind it by a pretty good margin. Top of the order, Kohler waits on deck. The 0-1. Breaking pitch, called strike 2. That broke a ton right at the end. It was right at the bottom of the strike zone. Riley was turning, must have been on the very inside corner as well. And now he's behind 0-2. That pitch is well outside. Again, some gripes by the Norwell faithful, contending that that pitch was down. That just broke a ton. That was a good pitch. And the 1-2 now to Eli. That's a fastball off the plate, a little low as well. Evens the count at 2-2. The Knights have certainly made Giesemann work to a point here so far this afternoon, but have just not been successful in plating a run to this point. Fastball high, and he's filled the count now to Eli as well. So, again, back-to-back full counts to lead off the inning. Leidig and Riley. Leidig struck out swinging on ball 4. We'll see if Riley is able to change the trend. And he does, at least for now, as he fouls it out of play. What a huge situation for just a freshman with 5 at-bats on the season, getting the DH call, DHing for Caden Mann here this afternoon in the 9 hole for Norwell. Comes the 3-2 again. Another fastball, he walked him. It was high again. He tried the same pitch he had with Leidig, except missed a little higher, and Riley was more disciplined, and the Knights have their 3rd base runner of the game. And Caleb Kohler will step in now for the Knights. Again, a 1-out base runner. After the Knights got that last inning, Costello promptly grounded into a 1-6-3 double play to end that inning. Riley, of course, no stolen bases on the year, but has reached now for the 5th time. Check it the 6th time, as he was hit by a pitch in one game. First pitch to Kohler, a fastball, belt high, called a strike. You'll never see Caleb swing at the first pitch. He's a guy that is a very patient hitter. He grounded out the first time up. 0-1. That's a bender, down and out, a ball and a strike. The Knights are really making Giesemann labor here in the top of the third. He has made a couple of big pitches to get out of innings to this point. But the defense has not had that much work. Riley back to first with the pickoff throw. As just no hits for Norwell and just a single hit for Jay County that came in the bottom of the second. A ground ball single through the hole at short. The 1-1 runner on the move. The pitch is down and in. The throw down to second base. Not in time. A stolen base for Eli Riley. That is Eli's first stolen base of his career.
Go Wyatt! Go Wyatt!
And what a big situation to put the steal on. And Coach McLean rolling the dice a little bit. It works. And now a base hit could put the Knights on the board. Gabe Faulkner out to talk to his pitcher, Giesemann, to talk about how they're going to attack Kohler with one out. And a runner in scoring position. Caleb has driven in 21 on the season. That's good for third best on the team. And that's coming in the leadoff spot. So that's pretty good numbers for a guy that has hit leadoff all season long. 2 balls and a strike here to Caleb. And the pitch, a fastball that missed high at the letters. And 3 balls and a strike now to Caleb as the Knights start to threaten. If you're Giesemann, it's not the end of the world to walk Kohler. It puts runners at first and second in the force anywhere with 1 out, and a ground ball gets you out of the inning. That's ball 4. He missed it high, and Giesemann is visibly rattled a little bit here. And 2 runners are aboard now here in the top of the third. And Jay County head coach Lee Selvey out to talk to Giesemann and members of his infield before another pitch is thrown. And I doubt that Giesemann's going to come off the mound anytime soon unless he really continues to struggle, and it would take a lot, I think, to get Giesemann out of the ball game. The Knights likely going to see him for the majority. Giesemann has thrown 43 pitches thus far, 23 balls and 20 strikes, and Wyatt is back out there. Waybright put a good charge into one back in the top of the first inning. It was a liner to Ryan Schlechte at second. He made a leaping grab to steal a base hit away from Garrett. And you're probably looking to go to about the same spot. Drive one over the second baseman's head into right field. It would score a run. Riley with good speed and has already been a smart base runner, proven. Just a freshman steals his first bag in a sectional semifinal game, trailing 2-0. First pitch Waybright sees will come after the bluff to second as Giesemann stepped off the mound. Eli Riley back to the bag, but Stiglman and Schlechte both well off. Nobody's holding him on. And now the pitch to Garrett. It's a fastball, just missed inside. It's a ball and no strikes. Big situation here for the senior. Looking for maybe the biggest hit of his career. He squared to bunt early. Third baseman not charging. And he takes a strike right at the knees. So just trying to throw off Giesemann a little bit. Make the infield think a little bit. Mosier was not charging. He was holding there. Nobody was coming in on the bunt. The first baseman Hennizer playing on the grass at the moment as Giesemann steps off and resets himself. The 1-1. Nope. Missed it high. 2 balls and a strike. Couldn't get on top of the breaking ball, and now a hitter's count. And Giesemann fighting through the same struggles the starter Caden Mann had for Norwell. Nobody can find the strike zone here so far today, on a consistent basis at least. And another pickoff bluff. Still nobody holding on Riley at second. It's been back to the bag standing up on a couple of trots both times. 2-1 to Waybright. Missed it high. 3 balls and a strike. And now the Norwell faithful really getting into it as Giesemann is struggling majorly here in the top of the third inning. Norwell still does not have a hit in the ball game. 3-1. That is a fastball right in there, thigh high. Split the plate in half, call a strike, 3 balls, 2 strikes. But you had to take that pitch. Norwell has definitely been smarter taking pitches so far. And Jay County has actually helped Norwell out a couple of times, helped Mann get a couple of his outs. Payoff pitch to Garrett. Fastball low, ball 4. Giesemann has walked, the bases loaded. And now third baseman Max Mosier in to talk to Giesemann. Coach Lee Selby trying to decide what to do. The bases are full of Knights with just one out here in the top of the third inning. And Belden Glasgow, a huge spot for a proven hitter. Belden leads the team with 25 driven in. He leads the team in extra base hits as well. And that pitch misses high. There is bullpen action for Jay County. Can't see down there who it is, but there definitely is somebody down there as the ball just got away. The 1-0 to Belden. That's a fastball, called a strike, right at the belt. Norwell being patient all afternoon long. And if you're Belden, you're just looking for maybe a fly ball here. Just want to get that run in for sure. The 1-1 pitch, a fastball up and away, 2 balls and a strike. Giesemann now at 52 pitches. And he's missed on 29, so bad ratios for both starting pitchers. Lewison's been a little better as the reliever. Fastball high, 3 balls and a strike to Glasgow. Giesemann is 1 pitch away from walking the bases loaded and then walking in a run. The Knights have done nothing offensively except watch the baseball go by. The 3-1, outside ball 4. Giesemann has walked in a run, and it's 2-1. Well, it has been a game of walks, 1 run on no hits to this point. Lee Selby trying to decide what to do. And I think Giesemann's going to stay in the ball game at the moment. Ian Clark is the batter. You got to take at least a strike, maybe 2 in this situation after you've seen Giesemann walk the last 4 consecutive batters. And the runners are on the move. Clark squeezes it, and the Knights are going to tie the game. The throw to first is not in time, and 2 runs come across to score. Ian Clark is safe at first on the bunt single, and 2-run score on the great base running. Kohler scores from third. Waybright was hot on his tail, and it's 3-2. Unbelievable. On a bunt single. Wow, that is just, that's just textbook Norwell baseball right there. Bunt single scoring 2. Wow. And now runners at first and second with still 1 out, and that was the first hit of the ball game. I think they're going to appeal to third. They wanted to say that Garrett Waybright missed third base there. He did not. So the first hit of the ball game is a bunt single by Clark. And Bohada squaring to bunt. It's a slash. He was behind the fastball. And Belden back in at second as Faulkner tried to throw down there. It's 0-1. Bohada tried to bunt for a hit earlier on in the ball game. That was back in the second inning to lead off that inning, as a matter of fact, and bunted right back to Giesemann. And another bluff to second. Well, the Knights haven't done a ton offensively. 4 walks and then a squeeze bunt, scored 2 on the single. And the Knights now are in front, 3-2. That's a fastball that misses up and away. Giesemann is rattled just like Mann was after his inning plus of work. Knights are just grinding it out right now. That ball lifted in the air to left. This is routine. It's sinking, but caught. And the Knights are going to get a double. Colin Glasgow was off the bag a second, and the Knights give Jay County an out as Mitchell Frazier threw him out by 3 miles at second base. So the Knights make a base running error, but they have taken the lead. They now lead it 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the third. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Welcome back to Sectional 23, semifinal game number 1 here at Belmont, and some new energy in the Norwell dugout as they have all of a sudden taken the lead with 3 runs in the top of the 3rd on 4 consecutive walks and then a bunt single squeeze that scored 2. Ethan Myers leads things off for Jay County here in the bottom of the 3rd. Lewison leads it off with a strike call at the top of the zone. Nice spot by Lewison to lead things off. Cole's a guy that's almost certainly going to pound the zone more than Giesemann or Mann. That pitch is lifted in the air to left. This is very, very deep. Going back, Costello leaping, can't make the catch, and it bounces to the wall. Extra bases coming as Ethan Myers lumbers into second with a leadoff double. Myers was just kind of trotting in there. I think knew that he did not have a chance at 3. I think they're going to have a runner here for Myers. Myers, the center fielder, so Mitchell Ferguson is going to have to pinch run in this situation, so there has been a substitution made. Not a courtesy runner like you see a lot of times with pitchers or catchers, but you can't do that with any player on the team. So Ferguson is out there at second base after the leadoff double. Second hit of the ball game for Jay County, and Michael Schlechte steps in, who walked like a number of the Patriots have in this ball game. And the first pitch misses way high to Schlechte.
Go, Mike.
Of course, Norwell's softball in action here this afternoon, and a second ball gets away from the Jay County bullpen, who still has action down there. Maybe we might not see Giesemann here coming out for the 4th inning. We'll see. So a brief stoppage in play. The action has resumed. That ball lined to left field. It's sinking. It's a base hit. Costello fields it on a hop. It's back-to-back hits, and it puts runners on the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Keep it going, 2-5.
There's Noah Arbuckle.
Keep it going, 2-5.
Norwell head coach Andy McLean is going to make another pitching visit. This will actually be the second one because he made a change on the last one. He's not going to make a change on this one. Lewison, as far as I could tell, was not out of the bullpen. He appeared to be in the dugout the entire time, and the first pitches that he threw were his official warm-up pitches on the mound. That was a quick word, and it'll be Arbuckle, who I think Coach McLean is reminding Norwell that hits .465 on the season and has driven in 12 on the year. 6 doubles, a homer for the hitter Arbuckle. And he sees the first pitch. That's a strike. Looked like a fastball, but just took a little bit off of it. Lewison certainly does not throw as hard as Giesemann, but throws harder than that with the fastball. Checks the runners, 0-1. And that's fouled out of play. Arbuckle struck out looking the last time on a breaking ball on a 2-2 pitch. He's ahead 0-2 here.
Go.
Really needs a strikeout in this situation. Off speed, ground ball up the middle. And for some reason, the runner's not running home, and they don't get the double play, and Bohada didn't know he wasn't running, and Jay County gets really lucky. I have no idea what Mitchell Ferguson was doing, and the Patriots are going to tie the game. The Knights don't get the double play. I have no clue what Ferguson was thinking down there at 3rd. Should have been moving on the ground ball. Breggy went to second for 1. It was in time there, but Arbuckle beat it out at 1st, so he gets an RBI. So we're tied again here at 3 apiece. And now the 3rd time a ball has gotten away from the Jay County bullpen. Somebody's not doing a very good job down there, keeping things intact. Of course, the bullpen's in play here at Belmont like they are at almost every high school field. Wyatt Giesemann, the batter, he walked first time up. The runner is Arbuckle. There's a strike at the knees. Lewison has done a nice job finding the zone. He's given up a couple of hits, but at least it gives your defense a chance to make a play rather than walks. That ball is hammered deep left center field, back at the track, at the wall. Costello looks up, and that ball is gone. That's a two-run homer for Wyatt Giesemann, and Jay County has retaken the lead. Well, Jay County has answered Norwell's three with three of their own in the bottom of the inning. And now the Knights find themselves behind again. 5 runs on 4 hits. And here's Mitchell Frazier. Frazier, the 8-hitter, the left fielder, reached on the fielder's choice. Grounded to the shortstop his first time up. And now Lewison trying to work back. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. That's called strike 2 on the outer edge. There is one out here in this bottom of the 3rd inning. The base is now empty after the 2-run homer by Giesemann. It's a 59-footer that bounces in. It makes it a ball and 2 strikes to Frazier. We'll see if we see Giesemann. There's been bullpen action all inning long for Jay County. And the Patriots are now in front. So I don't know if that affects the decision-making process at all for Lee Selby. But Jay County sent a ton of batters to the plate here again in this particular half inning. The 1-2 pitch just missed. I think it was off the plate a little bit. Looked like it found the bottom of the zone, but I think was set up away was Clark. 2-2. Yeah, that pitch is well high, and now it's 3-2. Got to throw a strike here if you're Lewison. And the payoff pitch, fastball, popped up, foul, out of play. Frazier's just a .212 hitter, so you got to attack him the best way you can. He leads the team with 14 strikeouts on the season as well. So 3-2 once again. Fastball is line foul and out of play. Frazier putting up a good fight here with 1 out. He'll be followed by Hennizer, another guy with power, and then the top of the Jay County order in the form of Cole Stiglman. And that's a fastball in the dirt. Lewison lost him. That's the 7th free pass Norwell has issued to Jay County hitting. And Coach Andy McLean's out again. Norwell might make another pitching change here. The only other guys that are available that have thrown a lot here are Logan and Belden, and it's going to be Belden. Cole Lewison's going to exit the ball game as the Knights are going to make some defensive changes as Belden Glasgow is coming on the mound to pitch. We'll be back in a minute with the defensive changes. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com. And welcome back to Belmont. We're in the bottom of the third. The Patriots have plated 3, answering Norwell's 3 in the top of the inning. They lead it 5-3. And the new pitcher on the mound for Norwell is Belden Glasgow. Caleb Kohler comes in from center to play third. Christian Bohada moves from first to right, and Logan House has entered the ball game at first. So those are the defensive changes for Norwell. Belden's line on the season is thrown in 21 2/3 innings, a record of 3-0. ERA team best at 2.26, 18 strikeouts to 6 walks. His best performance, a complete game against Angola, a game Norwell won 8-2 back on May the 7th. That was a game where Belden had that complete game shutout going with 2 outs and gave up a 2-run double, ending his complete game shutout bid. The leadoff batter that Belden will face is Peyton Henniser. Mitchell Frazier's out there at first after the walk by Lewison that ended his day. And the first pitch off the arm of Glasgow is a ball, and the snap throw to first not in time. I don't know where it missed. Must have been off the plate a little bit. Henniser walked the first time up, but we mentioned his power. Peyton hitting .306. He's doubled 5 times and homered twice on the season. Another fastball, just in. 2 balls and no strikes. That pitch is nowhere close to the zone. It's 3-0. And it's hard to say whether it is one thing or a combination of both. Bob Ratchlow has had a small strike zone this afternoon. It's either that or nobody's throwing strikes, or a combination of both. 3-0. More than likely a combination of both. That pitch is on the outer edge, called a strike. Tried to be a get-me-over fastball, and he did nick the outer corner. 3-1 here to Henniser. And Frazier's still out there at first as Jay County's threat continues. That's a pickoff throw to first, not in time. Glasgow threw over as he was coming set, chasing Frazier back to the bag. Got kind of a running lead, the 3-1 pitch. Called strike 2. Right on the inside corner. 3-2 to Peyton. Top of the order, Cole Stiglman looms on deck for the Patriots. We are 1 hour and 7 minutes into the ball game, and we are in the 3rd inning. The payoff pitch, fastball lifted in the air to right. This is routine for Bohada, who is cruising back to make the grab, and the runner Frazier will hold at first, and 2 are out. Leidig now in center after the defensive changes. Pushed Bohada out there to right. Cole Stiglman is the batter. 1 for 1, a walk and a single for him today. A line drive that dropped in front of Corbin Costello out there his last time up. Put runners on the corners. That situation. Runner on the move. The pitch is in the dirt, and it'll be a stolen base as Frazier was on the move anyway. So whatever chance the Knights would have had was taken away after Belden's pitch was way wide of the plate. I think the second base bag came apart, and I don't know if they can find the pegs. There might be some field work needed in this situation. Athletic Director Dale Maness is into the shed. He's out with the dirt tool to try and fix the base as it came dislodged and is currently sitting upright. The runner at second, Mitchell Frazier, is out there, and so is the shortstop Brady. Both of them kind of calling time. Third base umpire James Payne out there as well, looking at things. And Dale Maness is out there, so they'll try to reinsert the bag. And it now looks secure, so that will be the end of that. Didn't take all that long, just a couple of scoops by Dale Manus, and the action will continue and resume here at Belmont. This has been, well, it really has the potential to be one of the lengthiest games of the year. 70 minutes in the ball game, bottom of the third, and it's 5-3 Jay County after a ton of walks in the ball game. I believe we're right at 12 walks in the game now, combined, of course. Most of them coming from Mann and Giesemann. Lewison had a couple. 1-0 to Stiglman, runner in scoring position now, just missed low, 2 balls and no strikes. Coach McLean is incensed in the dugout as he's already been warned about arguing balls and strikes. That's called a strike on the inner edge. We haven't heard any more griping from the Norwell dugout. It's more than not been the fans, more often than not here. And a balk has been called on Belden Glasgow, and I think it was because he didn't stop. Coach McLean has stayed in the dugout for now, so it's still 2-1. Home plate umpire Bob Bradshaw making the call on the balk. So now a runner is 90 feet closer, and anything that gets by Clark would score the runner from third more than likely. And now time is called. Stiglman steps out of the box. He's got a 2-1 count on him. Belden will go to the wind. 2-1, missed it high, 3 balls and a strike, with Ryan Schlechte waiting on deck for Jay County.
Wait, we're still in this inning?
Glasgow kicks and deals, and there's a swing and a miss. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Knights trying to find a way out of the inning here. Another full count. We've had it all ball game long. 1 out. It's 2 out. The 5-3 Jay County leads. And the payoff pitch, fastball grounded. It's a chopper that actually went out of play. A high chopper skipped off the dugout of Jay County on the third base side. And we'll do it all over again. Frazier with a couple of extra steps off the bag, especially with Belden being out of the wind, and the full count with 2 outs to Stiglman. Pitch, fastball, lined into center field, going towards the gap is Leidig. He's going to track it down, and that will retire the side. Jay County comes up with 3 runs on a couple of hits. They leave Frazier at third, and we go to the 4th. Jay County leads it 5-3 here on WallsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Welcome back to Belmont. The shortstop Breggy leads it off here in the top of the 4th. Jay County has retaken the lead 5-3. A strike is called to lead off the inning. Wyatt Giesemann is still out there for the Patriots. Breggy walked his first time up. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball just missed down and in. Ball and a strike. And so Knights have a base runner here with nobody out as they try to get a couple of runs back that they've given up. 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st for Jay County, all on walks. Norwell got 3 in the top of the 3rd, and Jay County responded with 3 of their own in the bottom half of the inning. So we've gotten to where we are now. Costello, the batter, squares to bunt, pops it up. That's out of play. At last check, by the way, for those of you wondering. As the pitch is a fastball high and away, and if you throw down to first, not time to get Breggy. Norwell's taking on Belmont in the softball sectional championship over at Norwell right now. And at last check, after 4, Belmont led Norwell 4-0. Of course, Macy Montgomery on the mound for the Squaws. in that ball game. 1-1 runner on the move. Bunt is a good one to third. Costello went all the way down to a knee. The throw down to first is in time. A sacrifice for Costello moves the runner into scoring position. Costello gets the job done. It's exactly what you want to do. By the way, it's worth noting good rotation on that play by the shortstop Cole Stiglman, who was rotating to third to cover the bag in case Breggy was trying to get an extra base out of the deal, and Levi Leidig steps in. And for like I believe that's the fourth time as a ball has gotten away again from the Jay County bullpen. So the bullpen catcher having a rough day out there, making Coach McClain a little nervous. That was right before a pitch, too. But no solution found to the problem yet. Leidig the batter, Breggy at second, 1 out, top of the fourth, 5-3, Jay County leads. And the first pitch to Levi, fastball, strike call, outer edge. Good pitch by Giesemann as he found the zone. Leidig chased a fastball high with a full count last time at the plate. And the 0-1 pitch, another fastball, chopper foul. Right at third. No balls and 2 strikes now to Levi. If you're Leidig, you're just looking to punch one into right field, take one the other way. Leidig, guy that pulls the ball a lot, but is capable of going the other direction. Very capable hitter in the 9-hole. Of course, in the 8-hole today, and the DH Riley waiting on deck for the Knights. Long look in by Giesemann, checks the runner a couple times, 0-2. Breaking ball, finishes at the letters, a ball and 2 strikes. Giesemann's numbers haven't been great here today. 67 pitches now, with 1 out in the top of the fourth. 36 have missed the zone. Belden Glasgow in after man started and Lewison was in relief. And that's, I believe, a balk. And so that's the second balk of the ball game, as Giesemann did not pause. He did the exact same thing as Glasgow did, and then the 3-man crew caught it again.
Right here, you got it.
And so now a fly ball could get the job done. We test the arm of the Patriots. Without a doubt, Breggy would be tagging. Harrison, last time he was tagging on a fly ball from third, collided with the catcher at Northrop with an injury, although sustained it and stayed in the ball game. Breaking ball called strike 3. That fooled Leidig. And now the fly ball will no longer do the trick, and Levi strikes out for the second time today. It's all up to Eli Riley, the freshman. Eli walked the first time up, had a tremendous at-bat, made Giesemann work a lot. Of course, Wyatt still out of the stretch, has been all game without runners on and with runners on. He's late again, fights it off foul, a ground ball to first. And he will stay alive here and step back in. The Knights have the top of the order on deck, but they have still failed to stop Jay County, giving up 2 in the first and 3 in the third. The Norwell's just not played all that well. They just haven't found the strike zone. And it's been a real struggle from the pitching mound for both teams really today. 0-1, strike call, fastball right at the knees. And I think that fooled Riley. I don't think he thought he was going to get a fastball there. Eastman has thrown a lot of second pitch junk so far today, and now he's in a hole 0-2.
Right here, put him away.
Breaking pitch called strike 3, and Riley's out of there. Well, you got to swing the bat. Both guys go down looking with runners at third, with a runner at third in a 5-3 ball game in the sectional, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. Jay County holding a 2-run lead on WellsCountyVoice.com. Welcome back to Belmont, Sectional 23, semifinal game 1, bottom 4. Patriots 5, Knights 3. 3 runs on a hit, 3 left for Norwell. 5 runs, 4 hits, 5 left for Jay County. And it seems like every inning, Jay County has the meat of their order up. It is Schlechty to lead off the inning, the 2-hole hitter. 0 for 1, hit by a pitch, lined out to Bohada, who was at first at the time. And the first pitch just low to Schlechty. A lot of times at the high school level, you see that called a strike, but it has not been called a strike all day long. Bob, despite having a small zone, there's a hopper to House. The Knights are not going to get to the bag. For some reason, Belden Glasgow was not peeling to the bag. Those are mistakes you just cannot make in a sectional. And that's just, a mistake that you can tell a sophomore pitcher makes. And a generous scoring decision as well. That's called a hit. Belden has to be peeling towards the bag there. It's just, that happens so often. You just don't see guys make that kind of mistake. Nobody was at the bag. I mean, House was waiting to throw it to Belden. Ian Clark out to settle down Glasgow a little bit, but Norwell has played very poorly and not fundamentally sound here in the first 3+ innings of baseball. That's a big part of the reason they're down 5-3. That compiled on top of the fact that nobody's been able to find the strike zone on a consistent basis. Max Mosier, the batter, sees a breaking ball and it missed just high. Mosier has grounded out twice, once to the first baseman, the other time to the shortstop. And Ethan Myers back on deck after being pinch run for by Mitchell Ferguson back in the third. 2-0. Called a strike, or the 1-0, I should say, called a strike. Max Mosier tried to call time late, put his hand up, but it was way too late as Belden was already in his motion and realized that. Didn't gripe about it, took the strike. A 1-1 count now. Schlechty still out there at first. Ryan has swiped 6 bags on the year and now will face a pickoff throw. Schlechty has a ton of speed, though, has tripled 4 times for the Patriots. That's a team best. A team that's only tripled 8 times all year as a club. 1-1, and that hit him. Well, the field day without hits continues for Jay County as Norwell pitching has had arguably its worst performance of the season so far. It just resembles Homestead so much because you saw a Homestead team that did not hit the baseball but was very patient at the plate and grinded out a 9-5 win at Norwell. That was back on April the 19th, just the 5th game of the season. You thought, well, maybe that's an anomaly coming to the rest of the season, and it for the most part has been, but now a relapse here against Jay County in the sectional. Nobody out, and the first 2 batters have reached here in the bottom of the 4th inning as they threaten to extend their 5-3 lead. Ethan Myers back at the plate. Myers squares to bunt. The first pitch pulls back, and it's a strike called at the bottom of the zone. Knights are already going to have to win this one in comeback fashion. He doubled the last time up right at the wall. Walked his first time up. Ian Clark's going to call time. We're almost 90 minutes into the ball game. We're still in the bottom of the 4th. Definitely one of the longest games of the season for Norwell. I believe the top mark is around 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're on pace to break that by a lot here this evening. Plus the pitching figures it out. Belden takes a look, comes to the plate with the 0-1. It's fouled out of play by Myers, and it's 0-2. Belden can kind of work with a pitch that he likes here. Now that he's ahead of a batter, that just hasn't been the case for either pitcher, either starter at least, hardly at all today. There's a breaking ball. Just missed. I think that must have been off the plate. Belden Clark likely set up outside, but a good spot. Looking at the bottom of the zone. And so it's a ball and 2 strikes to the 1-for-1 Myers, with Michael Schlechty waiting on deck for Jay County. Off speed, right there, called strike 3. Well, Myers took a couple of pitches. The first one was close. That one was right there. And he'll saunter back to the dugout after striking out looking. That's a big strikeout. And Schlechte, the batter, who's 1 for 1, walking a single. But if you're Norwell now, you know, you think about some situations. You got forced anywhere, maybe a ground ball and gets you out of the inning. First pitch to Schlechte is in the dirt. A bender bounced in, blocked by Clark. And the Knights have the top of the order due up in the top of the 5th. But still a ways away from getting there here at the moment. Belden is now at 23 pitches, 12 for strikes. Not a great ratio, better than anybody else today, as that's fouled over the backstop out of play, a ball and a strike. Fans starting to file in for the second game as we're almost at 7 o'clock. And the runner's on the move on the 1-1, and he rips it to left, a base hit. Schlechte rounding second and third, and he'll score. It's an RBI single with runners on the move. Schlechte drives in another Schlechte, and he makes it 6-3. Noah Arbuckle is the batter now. 0 for 2, strikeout looking, reached on a fielder's choice, and a gap shot could really bust things open for Jay County. Norwell's really got to be careful, and Belden does. The pitch he makes to Arbuckle, a great hitter. That's a ball, and the dirt ball read, and Clark tried to pick it off the dirt, and he lost it. It'll be a wild pitch officially, but now Mosier moves 90 feet closer. Michael Schlechte was not on the move for some reason on the play. Jay County's made a couple questionable base running decisions, but they've gotten away with their mistakes to this point. Just a couple of things you don't see often. It's a Jay County team that has not played a strong schedule, but a 16-6 record, and has looked good in both contests against Norwell. 2 losses to common opponents, 1 to South Adams 20-8 and 10-2 to New Haven. A team Norwell beat 11-9. The 1-0, squaring to bunt. It's called a strike. Bottom of the zone. Jay County bluffing the squeeze there as Mosier was streaking down the line, took a couple of hard steps towards the plate and then retreated to third. Belden trying to catch Schlechte off guard over there at first. Schlechte's stolen 4 bases on the season. Not exceptional speed down there, but trying to keep him close in case they try to put him on the move with 1 out. Clark likely to just try to throw him out if that is the case. And he's called for a balk again. Belden Glasgow balks again, and he balks in a run, and things are really getting away from Norwell. 7-3. Well, Belden has not stopped a number of times. He's actually gotten away with balks a couple of times today. Bob Ratchlow calls that one. And now the ball slips out of his hand. And that's a balk. And he has back-to-back balks on pitches here. Well, sometimes in sectional, you have things that do not happen, and that ball slipped out of his hands and went about 15 feet in front of the mound, and that's a balk. The only way it's a ball is if it crosses the foul line, which it did not. And so Norwell now trailing 7-3. Jay County has all the momentum after Norwell tried to get it back. The pitching has been nothing short of awful today. There's really no way to get around that. It hasn't been any one guy. Mann struggled, Lewison struggled, and now Belden has struggled mightily as well. Back-to-back balks. He's out of the line now. The 1-1 fastball grounded towards the shortstop. Bragy's coming home, and the throw is not in time. I understand what Aaron's trying to do on that play as he reaches on the fielder's choice. But it would have taken an unbelievable throw to get Schlechte at the plate, and things have just come completely unraveled for Norwell. Jay County now firmly in control. 3 in the 3rd and 4th. Back-to-back balks, and then a poor decision by the shortstop. Really disappointing to see. 3 runs on just 1 hit for Norwell. Jay County now 8 runs on 6 hits. And the runner bluffing. The pitch is low to Giesemann. We question whether the inning's ever going to end. There's just 1 out. That ball is hammered towards left, and he yanked it foul. Giesemann shot that one off the bat. He already homered once in the ball game. He's walked and homered today. It was a 2-run shot the last time, and a 2-run shot there would have just about ended things. The 1-1 offering. Breaking ball, called a strike, finished at the belt. 1-2. Knights are going to have to break out the bats, but they've got to figure out a way to get out of their own way on defense first. Another breaking pitch, and he skies this one towards right center. Bohada calling everybody off. It's right at him. He hauls it in for the 2nd out of the inning. Arbuckle retreats to first. Mitchell Frazier steps in. Not before Jay County head coach Lee Selvey calls him over for a quick meeting. Over 1 Frazier is with a fielder's choice and a walk. He's reached both times despite being 0 for 1. Belden has looked uncomfortable, and it's a very tough spot for a sophomore. He's going to have a lot more chances. But the Knights have gone junior, senior, sophomore on the mound today, and nothing has worked. Arbuckle extends the lead by a step over there at first. Spikes it right into the ground. It gets away from Clark, another wild pitch. This is as bad as Norwell has played all season long, and it's really unfortunate coming in a sectional game. Norwell 19-7 coming in. The only games that rival this kind of play, and again, kind of keep going back to it, way back in mid-April is when they lost to Homestead 9-5. Kind of a similar game. 1-0, runner bluffing. Boy, I think Arbuckle might have been able to make it to 3rd. He stopped, looked to be almost over halfway there, and slammed on the brakes as he's messing with Glasgow, who's not even taking a big look at him. A ball and a strike to the batter, Frazier. We are still at the bottom of the 4th inning, and Jay County leads the game 8-3. The 1-1. Fastball grounded sharply towards short. It's backhanded by Braggy. The throw deep with the hole, not in time. And the throw goes to the backstop, and another run will score. It actually goes out of play, and it's 9-3 Jay County. That'll be a hit and an error for Frazier. So he will get an RBI. No, he won't get an RBI, actually. And Hennizer, the batter, the 9-hitter for Jay County. 2 out now. 4 runs across in the 4th inning. That's a check swing. Home plate umpire Bob Ratchlow ruling that Hennizer went around. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout. This is just getting silly. It's been a long game. Norwell has played now undoubtedly its worst game of the season. And they're going to really have to fight to get back in it. That's a pitch in the dirt, a ball and a strike. Glasgow's going to have plenty of more chances in his career. The fact of the matter is, as we kind of come around to the top of the 5th, unless the Knights put together an incredible comeback, you're looking at seniors who are going to get their last at-bats of their careers. 1-1 offering. Fastball in the dirt. This is going to be a late night here at Belmont. as the second game was slated to start at 7:30. This game's not going to be over by 7:30, and you've still got a 30-minute time slot that you've got to put between the games. This is going to be a very late night here in Decatur. 2-1 to Hennizer. Fastball up and away, and the inning continues. A couple of the longest half innings we've had all year long for either team, and that includes some long Norwell rallies. 3-1 here. Belden back on the rubber, and the top of the order waits on deck again for Jay County. That's another walk. Stiglman will step in here with 2 outs. It's a hard game to call when you've had a team that has looked real good all year, and all it takes is one bad game in the sectional, and this is it. This is about everything that could go wrong in this ball game has for Norwell, as Belden continues to miss the strike zone. I mean, nobody has been consistently close to the zone, really, for either team, because Giesman hasn't been all that close consistently either. The 1-0 to Stiglman, called a strike. Stiglman is 1 for 2, a walk, a single, and a fly out today. Belden comes set, deals the 1-1. Off speed, outside and down, 2 balls and a strike. On the last day of school for Norwell, and an emotional ride for the seniors who may see their season come to an end here this afternoon. A conference title under their belt, in danger of losing in the sectional semifinal to Jay County. The 2-1, trying to win back-to-back sectionals. Ground ball towards third. It's gloved there by Kohler, and a nice throw to second. Good decision by Caleb. And the side is finally retired. The Knights are going to have to break out the bats. Jay County comes up with 4 more. They leave 2. They lead 9-3 after 4 on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Welcome back to Sectional 23, semifinal Game 1 here at Belmont. Jay County's opened up a 9-3 lead, and Norwell is in big trouble here as we enter the top of the 5th inning. A team that had high hopes, a team that really, when you look at the path to the semi-state, it's reasonable for any team in this sectional because there's only going to be 1, potentially 2 ranked teams in the regional. And that'd be Northwood and Angola, so a very winnable regional for any team, kind of wide open. Giesman starts Kohler off with a strike, and high hopes for the Knights, and it could be dashed here as we're in the top of the 5th inning. 0-1 to Caleb is a bender that misses high. Giesman could not get on top of the pitch. Kohler's 0 for 1, ground out and a walk. The Knights just looking for base runners here to start things off in the 5th inning. Fastball called strike 2. Caleb, a patient hitter, never in trouble with 2 strikes. Struck out a lot a couple of weeks ago in a stretch there of 5 or 6 games where he struck out probably 9 or 10 times. Gets under this one and pops it up back of the infield. Schlechte going back and will make the grab, the first out. Garrett Waybright will step in. It's hard to fault a team for all the action here, and it's really hard to discredit a team. There's a bender down and away, but other than the fact of taking walks and a couple of timely hits, Jay County's done little offensively, and Norwell's given a lot away here this afternoon. The 1-0 is popped up into center. This is straight at Ethan Myers out there, and 2 are quickly out. For Norwell, you're just looking for base runners to try to chip away at the lead, and with every out, your momentum continues to disappear. Your chances at making an incredible comeback is what it would be at this point dwindle, and Belden Glasgow is in now, hit by a pitch, walk. First at bat officially of the day, 3rd plate appearance. .10 offering, fastball high again. Eastman's given nothing good to Belden. I don't think that's by design, but it's just been the fact of the matter here. Belden is the best hitter on the team at .397. There's a strike. Right at the thighs, over the heart of the plate. Giesemann comes set, of course, from the stretch. The 2-1. Called strike 2 on the outer edge. Knights are trying to be patient. Coach Andy McLean has not said a whole lot of anything to his hitters here in the top of the 5th inning. Off-speed pitch, just got a piece of it right off the end of the bat. Two-two, 2 out, bases empty, top of the 5th. Jay County leading 9-3. And the pitch to Belden. Fastball inside. Oh, inside corner. Called strike 3. And the Knights go down in order in the top of the 5th. That'll retire the side. We'll go back to a break and return. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Yeah, welcome back to Belmont. Here we're in the bottom of the 5th. The Knights season is kind of winding down as Jay County leads it 9-3. Norwell's tallied just 1 hit in the ball game. Jay County 7. Ryan Schlechte will lead things off. He'll be facing the new pitcher. It's Garrison Breggy, who's only thrown in 13 innings on the season, has a record of 1-0, an ERA of 2.69, 13 Ks to 6 walks on the season. And Breggy is a guy that shut down Jay County in 3 innings of work down in the regular season a couple of weeks ago. He was down there and really kept Norwell in the ball game. as they trailed 6-1 when House came out and eventually made it 6-5 before falling by that margin. Finds the corner for a strike on the 2-0 to Ryan Schlechte, who's 1 for 2 today. Single, line out, hit by a pitch. The line for Schlechte today. Ground ball bouncing towards second. Glove by Waybright, it rolls up his arm. And Schlechte is safe. That's ruled an E4. And Max Mosier will step in. The evening just continues to go wrong for Norwell. And it certainly appears like it's going to be a very, very disappointing end to a 19-win season. That's in the dirt. Picked by Clark. Garrison not being helped by his defense in that regard. That's in the dirt. Oh, that's a nice play by Waybright. He's going to turn to... Well, that's what the senior will do, as it was grounded right there. It was kind of in an interesting spot. It was a liner sinking. It was a one-hopper to Waybright as he just took it himself, stepped on the bag for the 4-3 double play. Braggie, and we go to the top of the 6th. Norwell still trailing 9-3 on WellsCountyVoice.com. White Giesemann back out to the mound for his 6th inning of work. He's at 82 pitches going into this half inning, and he's allowed just one Norwell hit in the ball game. Garrison Braggie had a great inning, actually a 7-pitch inning for Garrison, really just tremendous. He threw some strikes, got himself a ground ball after the air, and Waybright made up for the air by getting the 4-3 double play, and then 1-pitch ground out off the bat of Ethan Myers and a quick end to the inning. Ian Clark leads things off. The Knights need a lot of offense. It's a breaking ball that's in the dirt for a ball. Strikeout, bunt, single for Ian Clark. He squeezed home 2 runs his last time at the plate. That is Norwell's only hit of the ball game. That was called a strike on the outer edge. Yeah, that's Norwell's only hit, and that was a questionable scoring decision by the official scorer here at Belmont. That's ball 2, low and away. By the way, if you're at the softball sectional or wondering about that game, Belmont finished off Norwell in the championship 4-1 to win the sectional. Macy Montgomery with the win. The 2-1 to Ian Clark. Fastball called strike 2 just above the belt to even the count. Wojada, then Braggie to bat here in the 6th inning. Another fastball, and Clark was well behind it, and he's out on strikes. 1 out. Wojada steps in, 0 for 2 rather. Tried to bunt for a hit his first time up, but way back in the 2nd inning, bunted it right back at Giesemann. Flew out to Frazier his last time up in left. And the first pitch he sees is a fastball well high. Giesemann at 43 balls, 45 strikes on the ball game, 88 total. And we contemplated for a long time whether he would have come out of the ball game, and I think there's still bullpen action for Jay County. There has been all day. since the second inning, essentially. The 2-0 to Christian. Fastball is lined towards left. It's sinking, but is a sliding catch made by Mitchell Frazier. Not sure that he had to do that, but definitely was able to make the grab, and Bohet is out. 2 are out. Just a little slide by Frazier out there in left. Jay County has been solid defensively. They haven't had a ton of work. There's been a lot of walks and a number of strikeouts by Giesemann, but when Jay County's had the opportunity, they've been good. And Bragi pops the first pitch up. This is third base side. This is going to float out of play. Bragi has reached twice on a walk and a hit by pitch here so far this afternoon. Off-speed pitch, grounded foul to first, so he went the other way this time on a bouncer, and he's down 0-2. Bragi trying to make the most of what could be his last at-bat of the season. Of course, a junior, and will return and be a big leader in the lineup at the shortstop position for the Knights next season. No balls, 2 strikes to Garrison. The pitch off speed and fouled straight back. Bragi didn't catch a lot of it, but enough to stay alive as it went right back to the screen. The Knights have Corbin Costello on deck as we work in the top of the 6th. 0-2. Fastball grounded sharply towards second. Easy play for Schlechte as it sat right down for him. It's a 1-2-3 6th. And we go to the bottom of the inning. Knights trailing 9-3. They're down to their final 3 outs on WellsCountyVoice.com. Welcome back to Belmont here this afternoon. It is fading into the evening. We're nearly at 7:30, an hour and 56 minutes into the ball game. And Norwell is trailing 9-3. They have just 1 hit. It was a bunt single on a squeeze by Ian Clark, scoring 2 back in the top of the 3rd. That's the only hit of the ball game. And Wyatt Giesemann is potentially going to go for a complete game once we get to the 7th. Garrison Bragi is back on the hill for the Knights. First pitch to Michael Schlechte, a ball, who is 2 for 2 with a walk and a pair of singles. Is Schlechte, be followed by Arbuckle and Giesemann here in the bottom of the 6th. A fastball runs high and tight to Schlechte, and it's 2-0. It's just looking for the future of the program at this point, getting some younger guys some work in, and it's 3-0. They did not make any other defensive changes, although a slew of JV talent is along for the ride. Bottom 3rd due up, by the way, in the bottom of the inning, or in the top of the 7th when we get there. 3-0 is called a strike. Get me over fastball at the belt. That one looked like a sinker. It's not a fastball, and it's fouled out of play. Schlechte was behind it anyway. Broke late. That was a good pitch by Bragi. 3-2 to Schlechte. And that just sums up the day right there. Another walk issued by Norwell pitching. That is, well, let's see, that's Norwell's 9th free pass issued here this afternoon. Actually make it 10th free pass, 8 walks and 2 hit by pitches. And they've given Jay County a lot today. Arbuckle the batter. Arbuckle a .465 hitter on the season, but a strikeout and 2 fielders' choices, so no hits so far today. Another fastball in the dirt, 2-0. Lee Selby calling time here. I think they're going to use a pinch runner. That, well, we'll have to wait and get the official word. Selby reporting the changes to Bob Ratchlow. Caleb Winston out there for Jay County pinch running. Was not originally on the season roster, added here late in the sectional. 2-0 to Arbuckle. Fastball low, 3-0. And now Garrison has kind of been bitten by the walk bug. Walked the leadoff batter on 6 pitches to begin the inning, in danger of walking Arbuckle on 4 pitches. There's a strike. Just below the belt to Noah. Garrison checks the runner. That's ball 4. Walked the first 2 here in the 6th. Well, theoretically, Jay County could end this thing a half inning early if they get 4. They lead 9-3. Norwell 10-run Marion in the first ball game here in this sectional, 11-0 in 5. Jay County outlasting Mississinawa 12-7, a game that was not that close. Patriots were in firm control for the majority. It was another slow-moving ball game. It's worth noting. Giesman the batter. First pitch, a strike, fastball at the top of the knees. 1 for 2 is Giesman. Walk, homer, and a fly out here so far this afternoon as we've hit the 2-hour mark. Arbuckle leads away from first. Schlechte from second. It's Michael Schlechte. Garrison comes set, stares down Giesman for the 0-1. It's a fastball, and Wyatt's behind it. It's 0-2. Breaking ball, grounded towards third, foul outside the bag. Mitchell Frazier waits on deck for Jay County, the left fielder, then Henizer. This is the bottom third of the order for the Patriots. That pitch has popped up. First base side giving chase House. It'll be out of play. And the battle continues. Comes pitch. Fastball, blew it by him. Giesman is out on strikes for the first time today. And on the team, that is just the 3rd time the Patriots have struck out today. Mitchell Frazier steps in with 1 out. 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice. Walk, single. Both ground balls have been to the shortstop, which were at the time Braggy, but now it's Kohler out there at short after the defensive changes. That pitch is outside. Ball, no strikes. Of course, Belden went back to third after Garrison came in to start the 5th inning. Knights have used 4 pitchers here today. 1-0. Fastball grounded towards the shortstop. Takes a high hop to Kohler. He makes a smart play to third, but they don't get the runner as it's right under him. It hit the runner as he was sliding in. That was the only play Kohler was going to have. That'll be a fielder's choice. Oh, and they give that an error. So I have no idea what's going on up there. I'm not giving that an error. That is not an error. As there's been some really questionable scoring decisions here at Belmont during the sectional. As a fielder's choice, as Kohler had no chance at getting anybody but the runner at third. I don't even think he had a real chance at getting him. It should have gone into left, and he made a nice play to keep it on the infield. Peyton Hennizer, the batter. There's a ball. The bases are loaded full of Patriots. It's 9-3. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Hennizer is 0 for 1. A couple of walks and a fly out here this afternoon. Another fastball and an excuse me swing by Hennizer as he tried to check it and ended up following through. He was way behind it. Garrison really popping the glove here on a couple of fastballs, reaching back a little bit. Got nothing to lose now. That pitch is fouled. Right side out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Bases are still full. Frazier at first, Arbuckle at second, Schlechte at third. 1-2 pitch. Off speed, swing and a miss, and Hennizer is out. A couple of strikeouts here for Bragi in the inning. Top of the order, Cole Stiglman saunters in. Chance to further extend the Jay County lead, which is currently 9-3. 2 hours and 4 minutes into the contest, bottom of the sixth, long, drawn-out game, a ton of walks, poorly played by Norwell. And the first pitch hits him, and that'll force in a run. It's 10-3. Ryan Schlechte steps in now, and a gap shot could end the ball game. They need 3 to end it early. The bases are loaded. There are 2 out. Schlechte, of course, bats from the right side. Ryan does. 1 for 3. Hit by a pitch. Reached on an error. Lined out. Singled. First pitch misses inside. Ball and no strikes. Giesemann has 94 pitches, and we'll see if he comes out for a try at a complete game. I'm thinking probably yes. The 1-0, called a strike. Giesemann could be used, of course, or cannot be used on Monday. Probably be Arbuckle for the championship for Jay County, you would think. A 1-1 here to Schlechte. Fastball hammered towards the gap in center. Going back is Leidig. He reaches up and makes the catch and takes probably what could have been a game winner away from Ryan Schlechte. So Garrison hits a batter with the bases loaded and gives up 1. The Knights are down to their final 3 outs as we go to the 7th, trailing 10-3 on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Welcome back to Belmont. The Knights have 3 outs left And they need a ton. They trail 10-3. They have tallied only one hit in the ball game. Corbin Costello leads it off, be followed by Leidig and Riley here in the inning, assuming no pinch hitters. First pitch by Wyatt Giesman, who's out to try for a complete game. Misses in the dirt. Corbin is 0 for 1, ground out, sacrifice bunt to his credit here this afternoon. And there's a pitch down and away for a ball. It's 2 balls and no strikes. For Giesman, you're thinking, got to throw all strikes, leading by 7 and just going for complete game. Another fastball, that's at the belt, called a strike. Inner half. Another fastball, bouncing ball to short. Grounded or gloved there by Stiglman, and this right across is in time for the first out. Jay County's been really good defensively. Said that a little bit ago, but it's worth saying again. They have not made any mistakes on defense. Let's have a couple errors. Levi Leidig steps in, and then Eli Riley waits on deck. First pitch way high. So if Giesman is able to get the next couple of batters here, he will avoid facing the top of the order. All 5 seniors for this team have started all season long, and they may have all seen their final at-bats of their high school careers. And, of course, only he's swearing to bunt, and the pitch is called a strike as he pulled back. That was the 100th pitch off the right arm of Giesman. Of course, only one going on to play college baseball, and that's Garrett Waybright down at Taylor. The 1-1 fastball, called strike 2, bottom of the knees. 47 balls, 54 strikes, 101 total. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Levi Leidig. Bases empty, 1 out, top of the 7th, 10-3 Jay County. Off speed, wave and miss, and Jay County's 1 out away from an advantage. The Patriots have not made the sectional championship in a number of years. They lost last year in the semifinal to Yorktown 10-5. Of course, being down in sectional 24 for the last number of years before moving up here to sectional 23. Eli Riley, the last chance for the Knights, 0 for 1, walk and a strikeout looking. And again, lines the first pitch foul. He struck the ball well a couple of times, but he's been way late on each ball that he has made good contact with. Giesman going for a 1-hitter, and it was a squeeze bunt single that scored 2 at the time to give Norwell the lead. Cole Lewison in line for the loss here today. 0-1 to Eli. Called strike 2, very bottom of the zone. The Knights are down to their final strike. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. They'll have to throw to first to complete the strikeout. They do, and Jay County has defeated Norwell. Norwell's season will come to an end here this afternoon against Jay County as the Patriots win at 10-3. Tally up the final statistics and come back for the final time here. This is Norwell Baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network. Well, welcome back to Belmont here as we wrap things up the final time on the Norwell season. The seniors, the 5 of them, Caleb Kohler, Garrett Waybright, Ian Clark, Christian Bohada. I'm telling you, these seniors have done a lot, and Cole Lewison, of course, for the program. And Cole entered this ball game, so all 5 seniors played here today, and unable to get a victory. They just did not look solid today, did not play fundamentally sound, walked a lot of guys, and was one hit by Wyatt Giesman. Here's the only hit for Norwell came on a bunt single by Ian Clark, and that it's unbelievable that's the only hit they got. So everybody else was 0 for on the afternoon. Caden Mann was the starter and only lasted an inning plus through 39 pitches and allowed 2 earned runs on no hits, walked 5, hit 1, struck out 1. Cole Lewison going to be charged with the loss. In an inning and a third, gave up 3 earned runs on 4 hits, walked 1, and did not strike out a batter. Belden Glasgow came on in relief after that, an inning and 2/3, and allowed 4 runs, 3 earned on 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 K. And Garrison Brady comes in for the final 2 innings and allows an earned run, walked 2, struck out 2 as well. Jay County offensively getting the hits from Cole Stiglman, who was 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. Ryan Schlechte was 1 for 4 with a single, scored twice. Ethan Myers was 1 for 3 with a double. Michael Schlechte, 2 for 2, couple of singles, an RBI, scored twice. Wyatt Giesman, 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer and drove in 3, scored as well. Mitchell Frazier, 1 for 3 with a single, and that wraps up offense for Jay County. Of course, Wyatt Giesman, the complete game, 1 hit for 1 hitter for the Patriots.
They don't help.
In a 7-inning outing, threw 105 pitches and allowed 3 earned runs on just 1 hit, walked 5, struck out 8. Norwell gets their 3 runs in the third on 1 hit, 2 defensive errors, and left 3 on base. Jay County 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 4 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, for a total of 10 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and 10 left on base today. Game time was 2 hours and 11 minutes. Sure about the future of Wells County Voice, but I cannot thank Scott and Dale Menser enough, Greg Van Meter for getting me the start here on the Voice, and I know that it is the first stepping stone into what I hope to make a career out of. This has been a tremendous learning experience for me, and I have enjoyed bringing you games over the last 4 seasons. It's an emotional day from my standpoint as I graduate with the 5 seniors here on this day, as it was the last day of school. The era will come to an end next Sunday at Norwell, of course, graduation being at 1:30, and that'll be the end of the area. So I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate everything that the fans at Norwell have done, the coaching staff, Andy McLean, Dave Goodmiller, Eric Morgan have done for me, recognized on Senior Day. It's just been tremendous over the last number of years. So for the final time for The Voice, of course, this being my last broadcast, whether The Voice continues to broadcast baseball games or not, for the final time, on behalf of the entire Wells County Voice crew, Norwell Nation, and Wells County supporters, this is Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.